about a minute before the stream really begins. There we go. Perfect. I think everything looks good now. Yep, good. Awesome. Make sure everything looks good here. Perfect. I think we're okay. Please let me know on your side, guys, if everything looks good or not. It looks good on my side, so hopefully everything looks copacetic. Drink tonight. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. We're doing something a little different. We're doing some Pepsi Wild Cherry. Haven't had that in a long time, so I'm going to crack open a nice cold one. Right there. Excellent. So thanks for everyone coming into the stream tonight. Let's take a look at the thumbnail, make sure it looks good to go, which I think it should. Please let me know in the chat if it sounds okay. Again, I can never hear myself talking, so I'm assuming it's okay. We have the mic here right in front of me, so it should be pretty loud. Pretty loud and proud. A lot to really talk about today. Normally, if you're a first-time viewer of my content, my streams, anything along those lines, streaming is usually done on the very first Tuesday of a month. I just do usually one stream in the beginning of a month is what I normally do, unless there's some big news. And some big news dropped yesterday as far as the YouTube terms and services go, which we'll talk about that momentarily. But before I do that, anytime I usually do a stream, I always talk about recent pickups. So before we go any further, let's talk about the giveaway that's still happening right now. I'm happy that the chat text is coming in from the chat bot. That's very, very good, Jackie. That thing's been busted for I don't know how long. At least it looks better than it did before. We still have this guy in a giveaway. It's the Red Goblin for Funko. This was a New York Comic-Con Fall Convention exclusive. They had two versions of this. We talked about this before. This is the Hot Topic version. They don't have the Hot Topic sticker on it, but this is the Hot Topic version of the pop. You could have gotten it at the Funko shop online since, of course, there was no New York Comic Con because of icky COVID. So this was the only way you could get it technically, unless you get third-party means, eBay, Amazon, something along those lines. So you get it through the Funko store, you can get it through their shop, or you get it through Hot Topic, through their website, or you can get it through third-party means. This is a giveaway going out to all U.S. residents. The giveaway is going until the end of this coming Sunday, which would put it at, let me get the correct date here. I want to say it is the 20th. The giveaway ends on the 21st. The drawing will be done on the 22nd. So this is still happening. If you guys are in the U.S., you want to enter into the giveaway, you're more than welcome to. You can find this giveaway on the channel. Just look up Red Goblin. You'll find the giveaway there. The link is in the description of the video. It goes to a website called Gleam.io. It's a very nonpartisan website when it comes to selections. Everything is randomized. I don't go and pick somebody I want to win. It picks it randomly. So that's why I use that website. It's a free website to use. I use it for all my giveaways. So this guy going to go out to one winner. Next thing we have to talk about is something I picked up. There was another Funko item, because today's stream, just so everyone will know, wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't going to do a stream today. Sorry, I have to itch my eye. I wasn't going to do a stream today, but because this information dropped, the old saying is you strike when the iron is hot, and that's why I'm doing this stream. I was going to do a video, another Funko video for the DC Holiday Pops. That's going to be probably pushed to this coming Tuesday, because Sunday this week is going to be drawing the winner for this bad boy right here, doing for the Red Goblin. That's going to be this Sunday's video. I'm putting a special video up for pulling the winner for that giveaway. But I was going to do the DC Holiday Pop. Sorry for the screen shaking. But because of it kind of jockeyed my schedule. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't going to put out the video today, but because I had some second thoughts about something that happened with YouTube, and it kind of stirred around my head a little bit, kind of struck a fire underneath me, and I think I need to get this point out. I have to get it across to at least my viewers. Again, I am a very, very small channel. I'm a very, very small fish in a very, very large pond, but I want to try to make sure this, at least from the stream perspective, this information can get out there. You can look for it. You can find it especially when it goes on video on demand, is where I hope a lot of people will really take to this particular stream or the VOD when it goes up. So I picked up two other things. As I mentioned before, I'm not a big Lego guy, but there's one vehicle in Star Wars that I really, really like above all other vehicles, and that is the A-Wing fighter. I'm a big fan of not this version of the A-Wing, because I don't like the front of it here, but for $25, it's a very good bargain price. 269 pieces, comes with 2 minifigures. I'm not going to show a build of it. I suck at Legos, just much like I suck at putting Transformers, transforming Transformers. I suck at putting Legos together. This will take me an exorbitant amount of time. You're probably looking at like at least 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to put something like this together. I'm not a very fast builder, but I love the A-Wing fighter. I said to myself, Rook, I gotta get the A-Wing fighter. Before this, I won't be able to grab any longer before they take it off the shelf. So a very cool fighter. I definitely want to put this bad boy together. I'm not sure where I'm going to display it. I'm thinking maybe I might put it on my, let me move over here so you can see it, my little Star Wars shelf right over here. Right, there we go, I'm pointing to it. That might be where this A-wing here might go. That's what I'm thinking about putting it. But I like the green on it because I'm a big fan of green because of Green Lantern and stuff. But I'm not a fan of that front nose cone. It should have tapered way further in, meaning these 2 points here should have been much more narrow. I just don't like how wide and broad that the head of this fighter is. To me, it doesn't look right, and it looks off to me. But definitely I'm going to be putting them together somewhere down the line. In the beginning of December, I'm going to do something very, very different I have never done yet on my channel. And I'm going to be putting out content every single day for 24 days. And that's because I picked up this guy at GameStop, and it's this right here. It's an advent calendar for Marvel. These are Pocket Pops. Each day will be a video. That'll be probably all the videos for that month will be these videos here, leading up to my top 10, which will be leading up to the end of the year, which will be probably probably either on Christmas or the day after Christmas, and my top 7 items. Actually, the top 10 will be at the end of the year. Let me change that. The top 10 will be at the end of the year. My top 7 items that I like will probably be on Christmas Day. The top 7 items for 2020 that I've seen, either I have personally owned, have seen, or recommend purchasing. That's what I would usually do. For the last year or two, I've been doing this top 7 items. I kind of want to keep that tradition going. But this is pretty cool here. So these are all Pocket Pops. They're all Marvel. Again, I'm not a big fan of Marvel. I'll get it kind of in frame completely so you can see it here, guys. So it's an item every single day for 24 days. I figured on Christmas, I'll probably put up my, like I said, my top 7 items for the holiday, which I'm going to be doing that day. If you want to see what it looks like outside, this is when you take the slipcase off of it, and this is kind of what it looks like here. You see the Marvel panels, you pop these bad boys open right here, and you get the advent calendar in the middle. So each one of these doors will be an item for a Marvel character. This is kind of a retro look, retro feel, more of a vintage look for Marvel compared to what we've seen, let's say, newer base books for Marvel. So it's an older school look. That's why I kind of like this. So that's going to be going up every single day in December, from December 1st up until December 24th. I usually don't put up content every single day, but I figured I'm going to do something a little different. I've never done an advent calendar. Those videos can be very, very small, maybe 2-3 minute videos, very, very tiny, very minuscule videos, but it'd be cool doing something like that. I thought it'd be a very, very cool idea to do something along those lines. I thought it'd be very, very cool to do that. Let me refresh the stream here real quick on my side so I can see if any new changes have popped in. Again, drink of choice. We're doing some wild Pepsi Wild Cherry right here, guys. So I want to do a different drink. But all that crap out of the way. Let's talk brass tacks. Let's talk why you guys are coming into the stream tonight, or are you watching this on video on demand? Why is Rook so heated? Why am I hot? What got my cackles up, if you will? Usually I don't get into a rant. Rant videos to me usually are clickbait. Usually people are just angry at the world. I usually don't have that approach. I have a much more laid-back approach. I do have push-button topics that will kind of rattle me up and really grind my gears, if you will. But I try not going down those roads, and I try not to breed into hate. So this kind of threw me for a loop. When I got this email yesterday, which would have been November 18th, as far as recording this video, we're doing it on the 19th. It didn't really do anything for me. I read it, I was like, whatever. But I kind of thought about it this morning, and that's why I scrapped the video, which would have been today's video of the DC Holiday Pops for Funko, but I decided to change gears and put out a stream and let you guys know what I think and what my opinion is of this change. So before we do anything, let me show you kind of what's going on here, because it wouldn't make any sense unless you have some context, if you will, from Mr. Matt Hardy, or the Broken One himself. That's right, I'm a wrestling fan, if you guys don't know. So let me go over to my display screen here. Let me move me down. I'm a little bit too big here. So let me shrink myself down a little bit, guys. There we go, perfect. So what you're looking at is my Gmail that came in, and what you're looking at is the email they sent me yesterday. As you see here, it came in November 18th at 4:17 p.m. And I'm going to read you just the 3 changes that are the change in terms and conditions for YouTube. So this may not apply to a lot of people out there, but it applies to me. And it touches kind of where I'm going at, and this will all make sense momentarily. Let me read you these three bullet points. The first thing, some of these changes goes as follows. They're going to be doing facial recognition restrictions, which is the term of service already states that you cannot collect any information that might identify a person without their permission, without their consent. While this has always included facial recognition information, the new terms make that explicitly clear. Fine, no issues there. Second one is YouTube's right to monetize. YouTube has the right to monetize all content on the platform, and ads may appear on videos from channels not in the YouTube Partner Program. We're going to come back to that point. And the last point here is royalty payments and tax holding. For creators entitled to revenue payments, such payments will be treated as royalties from a U.S. tax perspective, and Google will withhold taxes where required by law. So everything went into effect on this date right here, November 18th, 2020. So the real key point is this middle piece. It kind of looks like they kind of glossed over it, but this is blown up in the YouTube community. I've seen several videos that dropped either end of day yesterday or today that was kind of pushing back against this piece. And I want to explicitly dive into what this means. So basically what this means is, I'll again read it to you guys. YouTube has the right to monetize all content on the platform, and ads may appear on videos from channels not in the YouTube Partner Program. The YouTube Partner Program basically means you can do what's called monetization of your videos. This allows you to have people who have ads to place those ads into your videos. These ads draw revenue. They make you money. They make YouTube money. So it makes the content creator money, and the YouTube platform money. That's what the whole point of putting part of the YouTube Partner Program is, and putting in ad revenue. That's the idea. That's how you see these multi-millionaires that are blowing up, your PewDiePies, your the Beast, the guy called the Beast. These are multi-millionaires. These guys make stupid money. So they're part of what's called the YouTube Partner Program. So basically, to get inside the YouTube Partner Program, there's two criteria you must meet. One, you must have 1,000 subscribers in a 12-month period. And two, you must have 4,000 hours of watch time, again, in a 12-month period. 12 consecutive months. Let me just switch back to my other screen here. Perfect. Let me just get this back here. Perfect. Okay, good. So what does this all basically mean? You have to hit those two pillars to become monetized, to join the YouTube Partner Program. With the change in place, what that means is that people who are not part of the YouTube program, meaning they're newer channels, or they're channels that don't hit either of those criteria points. Either they don't have 1,000 subscribers, or they don't have 4,000 hours of watch time. And now, please, guys, don't get watch time in hours confused with watch time in minutes. They're two completely different things. What does that equate to? That equates to literally 20,000 minutes per month in a 12-month period of time, which is 240,000 minutes, which equals 4,000 hours of watch time in a given calendar year. It's a rolling calendar, basically. 12 months is what the idea is. So how does this really affect someone like me? Well, if you look at my subscriber count on the top right side of your screen, it says 1,920 subscribers. This is not a real number. I've said this before many times. That's a very high inflated number. I have a lot of dead subscribers. I've said it, again, many times on the channel. I really have maybe between 7 to 800 subscribers, realistically. That's what I really have. If you looked at my numbers, realistically, that is what I really physically have on my on part of my YouTube account. Apologies for the screen refreshing here. But that's what it is. That's the truth. I did everything in my power to grow my brand when I first started the channel. I don't want to use the word shortcuts, but I did things that were technically not necessarily right to try to grow my brand. That's what I was trying to do, and that was what I was attempting to do for my my viewership. I tried to do this. I did things going like amino communities. I tried growing it that way. I tried doing anything I possibly could to really get my brand to pick up. And for the first year and a half, maybe to 2 years, I was getting about 10,000 minutes of watch time in a month. I was doing pretty well. I have my channel has taken a nosedive compared to what it was. And I do this because I enjoy doing YouTube. I enjoy putting out content. I enjoy being a content creator. I like doing it. So kind of what does it really mean to someone like in my position? What basically means in a nutshell, and kind of what kind of riled me up and struck a fire underneath me, is that YouTube can put ads on my videos and they make 100% of the ad revenue and I get absolutely nothing. I haven't been getting anything to begin with. This is, even if I was going to get something, I'm not even getting anything now. So here's the biggest problem that you run into. And this is the issue. And I was watching a couple YouTubers talking about this specific problem. And I want to hammer home why I think this is an issue. And here's a perfect example. YouTube, from a video streaming platform service, is the biggest show in town. It has the widest footprint. It has the widest brand. No other video platform can compete with YouTube. You have Vimeo, and there's a couple other smaller platforms that are out there. But YouTube is the largest video sharing platform in the world. It links up to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It links up with your mobile phone, your tablets, your smart TVs. YouTube has a foothold, a chokehold, literally, on all these pieces they have their hands in. Other video sharing platforms for content doesn't have that drawing power. Think of it this way, and here's the idea. This is what I'm getting at. Here's an analogy. Imagine if you can drink only one type of liquid ever, and you can only drink water. You can't have any other drink ever, and you can't ever touch anything else. You can only drink water. There's no soda, there's no energy drinks, there's no fruit punch, there's no anything. It's just water. That's the idea where I'm getting at, where you have YouTube is so big and its brand is so large that you can't really go anywhere else. There's no driving force for competition. If you look at it realistically, there's no one else that has stepped up to try to come into and compete in that space where YouTube is. If you look at Coke and Pepsi, the two biggest soft drink companies in the world, there's competition between both those companies and a fight for the share and the cut of the soft drink industry. It's just an analogy, yes, but I'm getting at that YouTube's the only place that you can go to. The biggest problem that you run into when they can put ads on your videos and cut you out completely, for even the small channels like myself, or channels that don't have 1,000 subscribers, don't have 4,000 hours of watch time in minutes, or they've just started their journey on YouTube, they can take a video, let's say hypothetically, we're going to go Magic Christmas Land, guys. We're going to go Magic at Christmas Land. Let's say hypothetically a video I have drops and it starts getting a lot of traction on YouTube. Let's say it starts doing really, really well. It starts getting 1,000 views, which to me would be great. I don't usually get a video. My maybe top 12 videos of I have 650 plus videos in my catalog. I think maybe I have a dozen videos, maybe a dozen, that's cracking over 1,000 views. Maybe. But let's say I have a video that starts doing really well. It starts getting a lot of traction. And it starts picking up and views start happening. YouTube might notice this and start putting ads on it. Let's say that video then gets 2,000 views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, 50,000 views. I would love this, mind you. 100,000 views. 500,000 views, cracks 1 million. It goes viral. The problem now is that YouTube has now have ads placed on this video. They're making 100% of the ad revenue when I get a goose egg. I get nothing. And the problem you're going to say was, Rook, that's fine. It's their platform. They have the right to this. 100% correct. They have a right to do whatever they want to do. It's their platform. But to kind of screw out the middleman is where the issue is. It's sort of it's counterproductive. It's what's the word I'm looking for here? It's cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're your own king in your trial, if you will. It's not against your best interests. And here's the reason why. Because if you attempted then to become part of the YouTube Partner Program, let's say that video blows up, and suddenly I start getting time in my watch time and it grows to 4,000 hours, which something like that, a video of that magnitude, would immediately allow you to get in. The problem is when you try to get into the YouTube Partner Program, it's not a simple matter of flicking a switch and boom, you're in. You got to go through a process for them to vet your account. You have to look at it. They have to look at your hours, look at everything. This can take hours, or actually more like it could take days, weeks, and I've heard people saying they've waited months to get into the YouTube Partner Program. So a video is blown up, gone viral, yet I can't get in the YouTube partner program to get a piece of that sweet, sweet money. They won't allow me in yet. Let's say a second video goes up because now I'm getting, let's say, more subscribers, more viewership. It blows up. Another video goes well. Let's say it gets 200,000 votes, 200,000 views. They put another ad on it. Again, I get no part of that ad revenue. And it would behoove YouTube to give me a piece of that because now they're taking money out of their own pocket to pay me. So they want to try to push this back as far as they can and to make as much money as they possibly can. You're going to say, well, Rook, they probably don't make a lot of money. If you don't know, kind of YouTubers usually will use some other way to sort of fortify their revenue. And they use it for things like Patreon. Or Patreon's what they usually use it for. They'll have people give you stuff. You give them content, and they'll give you money. To me, it kind of felt like begging, and I've never become a patron. I know a lot of people go and do stuff with Patreon, but that's not what I wanted to do. I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to make content, simply say, hey, I'll make blah, blah, blah. I'll do whatever blah, blah, blah is for you to pay me. And I don't want to do that, but Patreons make a lot of their money that way because they take a very small piece. Patreon takes a very, very small chunk. Let's say it was a $5 donation. They might take 40 cents or 50 cents. That $4.50 or that $5 goes straight to me. YouTube pays their content creators literally nothing. They pay you trash, garbage on the penny. They pay you less than pennies on the dollar. For example, I can tell you from experience, looking up the numbers, if you look up how much a YouTuber would make, ballpark, I'm saying average, if you're not changing their cost. I think it's like for 1,000 views to get paid something. You can make this range much higher, but as far as what type of ads get put on your videos and things like that, you can tell, like when you see an ad pop up, most of the time the content creator, if they're getting monetized, has placed that ad there specifically. It's not YouTube just dumping the ad there. If they're someone who's part of the YouTube partner program, the content creator strategically placed that ad on that video. Usually they have what are called skip video ads, which are usually 5 seconds or less. When you have the button that says skip ad, you still get a piece of the ad revenue. You don't get a full chunk of it, but you get a piece of it. Or you have what are called forced ads, where you can't click through them. Usually they're up to 30-second ads, and people really hate those ads. But those are full ad revenue, and that's where people like your PewDiePies, Mr. Beast, things like that, like those ad revenue, because that's where they make a lot of their money from. But a normal video, let's say it has 1 million views. Ballpark, I'm saying average, you're looking at the YouTube creator to make about $2,000. That is just a rough number. I'm not quoting, I'm not saying it's written in stone, but usually ballpark between maybe $1,500 and $2,500. It's usually about $2,000 for 1 million views. That's what the usual average is. And people are going to get mad for me saying like that and letting the genie out of the bottle and saying, oh, people make a lot of money. That's only when a video has a lot of views. That's how it works. When you have in the millions of views, that's where the money happens. Again, I'm not in that boat, and that's, I guess, okay in that sense. But to take advantage of a small YouTube channel, a small YouTube content creator, and if something goes big and breaks, they make all this ad revenue. They can stick those ads on those videos without telling me they're doing this. They're with that thing I showed you, where they're putting it on the ads, putting it on the platform without my consent, without me sticking the video with the ad in the video where I want and that timestamp where I want to place it. Them to just push that ad in is not right. It's wrong for them to do something as money grubbing as that. YouTube already makes stupid money to begin with off of ad revenue. Now they're just going to screw the little guy even more. This affects people like me. Again, if you want to help support the channel, the best way to help me as far as growing my channel, tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone who likes unboxing videos, Funko reviews, action figure breakdowns, cool statues. Eventually we're going to do toy hunting again. And I do streaming usually once a month, every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of a month. I usually do a stream, or in situations like this where it's an important piece of information that needs to be sent out and told to you guys. Not only my viewers and subscribers, but people who watch content in general. The little guys who don't get the ad revenue are getting screwed right now because they can't even get a piece of that sweet, sweet pie for all their hard work. Just so everyone knows, I have over 650 videos in my catalog. Each video that I put up out of my own time, we're talking time, resources, money, investments in lights, camera, everything in material to shoot the video, it takes, for me to put a video up, between 2 to 4 hours per video on average. So if you cut the difference, let's say each video took 3 hours to put up. At 3 hours to put up of 615 videos is what? Doubling that's 12, 1,800 man hours? And I get paid nothing. I haven't made any money on my platform. And it's okay to an extent. Would I like taking it as a second job, a second form of income, especially with COVID now and working from home and trying to make ends meet? Absolutely. I'd love to be that next Pixel Dan, if you will, and go to comic conventions and interview toy makers and go to Hasbro and go to Funko's HQ and do all sorts of cool stuff like that. But I don't have that channel. I don't have that growth and that footprint that those big guys have. Would I like to? Absolutely. Could I probably swing could I handle what they do? I probably could. I probably could do it. Because I think I have an eye for the toy industry and I kind of get what happens. I might not agree with a lot of stuff, but I'm honest and I tell people, like you guys, my viewers and subscribers, or people who watch me for the very first time, I'm honest when I tell you guys stuff. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not, pardon the French, I'm not bullshitting you. I'm telling you the straight and honest truth. You may or may not like it, but those are the facts. The YouTube Partner Program, changing it from the YouTube Terms of Service, has hurt and screwed the little guy even more by not only taking away the monetization to make it for the bigger channels, which they think, or would they deem more serviceable, meaning they have more watch time, a bigger presence, if you will, and now they even going to the guys who don't even make any money to put ads on my videos without my consent is not right. It's absolutely wrong. I hope you can understand what I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. Hopefully it makes sense, because to me it's definitely not the right approach to take, especially in these trying times. Again, apologies for the white coming on. I'm refreshing the stream again on the other page. But hopefully you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Why they made this change, I think it's just to get more money. I really do. I think they want even more money now. They've already made a crap ton of money to begin with. Now they're just screwing the little guy again. And to me, that's definitely not right. It's absolutely wrong to do what they're doing here, guys. Again, we're finishing up the stream with some Pepsi Wild Cherry. So I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. Why I'm kind of hot about this. I'm hoping this stream blows up a little bit. I'm hoping that even though a lot of people didn't come into it live, when it comes on video on demand, I hope a lot of people see this and go, you know what? He has a point. I hope it goes viral. I hope I can get, 10,000 views. It won't happen. But it would be cool if it did. And because there weren't a lot of videos that were talking about this process and this issue that happened yesterday, and I think it needs to go out there. I think it needs to be hit home to the point of YouTube is doing this and it's not right what they're doing. They're trying to put more ads on videos that technically should qualify for ads, but they're doing it anyway to make even more money and screw the content creator even more. Because if there weren't content creators on YouTube, YouTube would have absolutely nothing. They would have no platform. They would have nothing. People putting out content would make them no money. People like myself make YouTube their money, and they're trying to suck the lifeblood even more out of people like myself. Yeah, I know, Jackie. It's definitely not fair. It's definitely not right for them to do something like that. It's definitely a very, very dickish move. Pardon my French. Yeah, and that's why I'm very, very hot about this. Could they have gone this a different way? They could have. They could have absolutely lowered the threshold to 700 subscribers and 2,000 hours of watch time. If it was 2,000 hours of watch time, I'd be kind of in striking distance because I have about 1,125 right now. As I said before, my viewership has gone down dramatically compared to what it was even a year and a half ago. My channel is not the same channel it was, and I'm trying to get it back to a position where it is in that boat, where it is something that I can be very, very proud of. A lot of my stuff I'm disappointed, more in myself than my viewers. They don't have to watch my content if they don't want to. That is their choice. That is prerogative. That is their time they're investing in my channel, in my content. They don't have to watch. They can watch whatever they want to watch. This is a free country. I hope they watch my videos, but a lot of people don't, and that's why that 1,920 subscriber count you see in the top right corner of your screen is not a real number. Again, I want to say it's more like 600, 700, maybe 800 subscribers. In that ballpark is probably what I have. Because normally if you look at any video that you put up, they usually call it the 10% rule. If you have your viewership let's say 1920, you should get 10% of views in every video you put out. That means 10% of your viewers should watch this video. In this case, every video I should put out, I should be getting 192 views per video. I don't get close to that. I get maybe 30 to 60 views per video. Depending on the content, might get 80 to 100, 120. On a good video, like let's say a Black Friday video, it might go up to several hundred. My first Black Friday video, which was in 2017, had about 7,500 views. And that's when my channel was at its hottest peak. And I was getting, at that time, about 12,000 minutes of watch time in a month. I was getting close, and at one particular month, I did hit 20,000 minutes of watch time. I did hit that threshold. And I was very proud of myself that I could absolutely hit this peak of where they say you needed to be. I was able to do it, but consistently every single month, I couldn't do that. I'm getting about maybe 4,000 hours, 4,000 minutes to about 4,800 minutes of watch time in a given month right now. Sometimes it might go up to 5,000 minutes of watch time. I've lost about maybe 60 to 70% of my viewership compared to what it was. Again, I'm a smaller channel. I understand it. People change their needs. They change who they like on YouTube. It is what it is. But that's the stream for tonight, guys. I wanted to get home my point here of what the YouTube terms and services change in 2020 is all about. It affected November 18th of 2020 as far as when the stream went up. So I do hope you liked this stream. I do think it was important to let you guys know what I thought and what my idea was. Because when I woke up again, when I got it yesterday, I didn't really think it was a big deal. But thinking more and more about it, the more angrier I got. I could be screaming like a madman right now, but it wouldn't do anybody any good. It's definitely not right. It's definitely wrong for YouTube to do this, to not only screw the guy who can't even get monetization, but now you're going to take advantage of him even more and put ads on his videos where he can't even get anything at all. Even if he was able to get something, he can't get anything. So it makes them more money and doesn't do anything for the content creator. So it really screws the pooch in the content creator. So I do hope you like this stream, guys. It's been 30 minutes. We're going to cut it off right now. I want to thank Jackie for coming into the stream tonight to chat with me a little bit. Hopefully this does go on video on demand. It takes about a day for it to go up, and hopefully people will like this, will understand what I'm talking about, and get behind what I'm talking about. Maybe post in the comment section what they think, if this is affecting them as well. I would love to get, again, more viewership, get more people advised to my channel. If you know, again, family members, friends, family, people who are interested in the geek community, turn them on to my channel, turn them on to Rook Geek Goodness. I put up content every Tuesday and Thursday. I put up giveaways every once in a while. We do streaming the first Tuesday of every single month. So with that being said, guys, we're going to be cutting the stream in 3, 2, 1. Take care, guys, and bye-bye.